David Jordan is the private advisor to CEOs, specialising in creating results through strategic innovation. Welcome to this week's segment.
One of the topics that we raise in CEO Innovation Blueprint is we say to you is you need to focus on what the customer wants. The challenge is that the customer doesn't always know what they want. A very good example was Henry Ford. Henry Ford said if I asked the customer what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse. They didn't know what a car was. If you actually look at what Steve Jobs did with Apple, did Steve Jobs go out to the customers and say, do you want an iPhone? They didn't know what an iPhone was. They didn't know if they needed an iPhone. What Steve Jobs actually focused on was to ask people, what are your problems with a mobile phone? Well, it's the screen's too small, or can't read the writing, or it's difficult to use the keypad on the phone, or there are not enough right apps for it. What Steve Jobs was actually trying to do is not ask the customer what they wanted, but to understand deep down what the problems were that even maybe the customer didn't actually understand themselves. And so it's very important, not only when I'm saying is understand what the customer's problems are, but to actually really dig deep and understand the underlying problem, not just what you see on the surface. The other problem that we see today is a lot of discussion around big data. And a lot of companies are really focused on using big data to try and understand their customers. And there's a lot of benefit in it. I'm not trying to discount it. But one of the problems is that big data is recording what the customer does. So if you're a kettle company, you're watching the customer buying kettles. How is big data telling you that the customer can see a coffee pod machine that can do the job without need of a kettle? And it's very important to be careful with big data, to not be conned into following what the customer is doing because they don't know that there's something else that they could do instead. Another issue we talk about with CEO Innovation Blueprint is to really step back and understand what we're trying to solve for the customer. In banking, we have products like motor car loans or mortgage lending, business loans. But the thing is, the customer doesn't wake up in the morning and says, I want a loan. What they want is, I'd like a new car. The old car keeps breaking down, I need a new car. Or I want to go into a new business, or the family's outgrown the home, we need a new house. So the problem that's been solved is that they want to do something, they want to buy a house. It's very difficult for a bank whose business for the last 100 years is about providing a home loan to try and think away from the product. If the problem that we're solving is to enable people to get a home, is a home loan the only solution? And it's a very hard step for people to step away when they are so invested in this is our product, this is the service, all our computer systems are around that, to really step back and say, you know what, instead of lending them money to buy a home, why don't we lease them a home? Why don't we change our business model to make it easier? If we're sitting in an environment where the affordability of housing is such a problem, then shouldn't we step back and really rethink about what is our business about? Is it about lending, or is it helping a customer to get a new home?
To get your copy of David Jordan's book, The CEO Innovation Blueprint, go to his website, theceoblueprint.com.au.